Today I'm going to talk about this 2012 Toyota Prius when you get this check engine light. So today when I was driving on the freeway, 4 of this light popped up. First on the left side is the electronic stability control on the top. Next is the master warning light with the exclamation mark with the triangle over it. And the other 2 on the right side is a check engine light on the top and the brake warning light on the bottom. You also get a check hybrid system message as well on the dash. When you get those 4 lights, your car will be in limp mode. What it means is you can't drive more than 35 to 40 miles per hour on the vehicle, or else you can overheat the inverter converter. Also, your engine power will be reduced once you drive it up to 20 miles per hour. When you try to rev it up even more, it's going to be hard and it's going to struggle to climb up until 40. And so if you drive more than 40 miles per hour, you can overheat the inverter converter. When I was driving on the freeway, I was 45 minutes away from my house. I do what I had to do, so I had to sped up and went 60 miles to 80 miles per hour. I should be pulling over and getting it towed, but I didn't, so I just drove all the way home at 60 miles per hour. Luckily, I drove home fine. I'm not sure if the inverter converter has any other issues. When I got home, I plugged in my RT-DAG 600S and I pulled out the code. So the code that I had was C1259 and C1310. And that was for the ABS, DSC, and the track system. And then on the hybrid control side, which was P0A7A, P0A94, P324E. So if you have any of those codes, here's what you need to do. There is a Customer Confidence Program, which is 23TE02 and 23TE03. Now, what this program does is it replaces the inverter converter part inside internally. So what this does is it replaces the Intelligent Power Module, IPM, in the inverter converter. So what you need to do is call your dealership and ask if they do this replacement. Make sure to mention the 23TE02 and 23TE03 Customer Confidence Program. This is 20-year coverage for IPM and inverter for the diagnostic trouble code P0A94, P0A7A, P324E, or the P3004. So this coverage will expire in 2032. I already called the dealership to set an appointment, and then I'm going to bring the vehicle in and have them do the coverage and service the inverter converter. So I'll let you know how that goes. Alright, I just got done driving the vehicle all day after picking up the vehicle at the dealership. Today is Thursday, so here's what happened. On Monday, I scheduled an appointment with the dealership so that I dropped in on Monday to drop off the vehicle. When I dropped off the vehicle, I talked to the service advisor and I gave him the update on my vehicle where I had a check engine light, and here are the codes and the issues with it. And I told him about the Customer Confidence Program, and he was confused. He didn't know what it was, and I told him the issue about the inverter. So he looked it up, and it was the CSP, which is called Customer Support Program. It's the same as Customer Confidence Program, but they kind of changed it, and it was the old one. And the 20-year coverage for the IPM and inverter, and he looked it up, and it was the 23TE02, which covers the Intelligent Power Module. So that first day, Monday, the master technician had to diagnose the code, which was the code that I already told him. But to confirm that it is the inverter IPM, they had to go with a hybrid technician as well. So that's what happened on Monday, and then Tuesday they figured out that was the issue, and then they started ordering the part that day. Then Wednesday was the day that they finally finished working on the vehicle, and then Thursday is when I got the text about the vehicle being finished and to be able to pick it up. But when the service advisor told me that it's going to be 1 or 2 days, I didn't think about renting a vehicle. And you are covered on free rental, so if you do need a vehicle, they will give you a free rental if you need it. I didn't think about renting a vehicle until day 3, where they told me, hey, it's going to take about a week to finish. And so I started applying to rent a vehicle on Wednesday. Once I got the rental, the next day they told me the vehicle was finished, so I had to drop off the rental vehicle as well. And then I got my vehicle that day, which was Thursday. So I was driving the vehicle all day using the eco mode and the power mode to make sure that it was all good. And I've been driving it the whole day without any issue. And so this is the end of it. So that is my dilemma this whole week, trying to get this vehicle fixed and on the road. Alright, that is all for now. I will leave a PDF file link in the description box. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, go ahead and leave it down below. I will answer it as best as I can. Until next time.